sudden? Welcome to episode 27 of Sweet and Sour.
Hi, everyone.
Have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm really excited. There's some really cool recent events that we must talk about.
Which ones?
You see this jar?
Yeah. It actually is so cute and
I
little.
know, it's a
love
really
that
cute jar. I'll explain it for the audios. I have a little tiny jar next to me.
Can I also say, I walked in and I saw the
That's
jar.
crazy.
And
We're starting immediately today.
I walked in and I was like, I was really thirsty. So I looked at the jar and I'm like, is that for anything? I want to drink water so desperately bad. And then she said, yeah, it's for something.
That was intentional, right?
That was not even an interruption.
That was crazy. Did you guys just hear that? So I just put one of these little yellow... Okay, I don't have coins, so we made like fake coins. The yellow ones are for minor interruptions. Those are worth $1. The pink ones are worth $5. They're for a bit, bit of a bigger interruption when I had a bigger train of thought. And the black ones are $20. This is like oh my God, the holy grail of interruptions. This is egregious. You should be locked up for this if I use this coin. So I'm going to start keeping track.
This is going to be the quietest episode ever. Well, how do I know when you're done?
Oh, Pokey, we're going to learn so many skills. It's called active listening.
I be so actively listening that I have so much to say. And to add, it's not an interruption, it's additive. Also, those slippers are so cute. So cute.
See, I waited.
Yeah, but now it's awkward. Now it's
not
awkward.
No, it's fine.
Yes, it is. You're like, now I waited.
Well, I'm waiting for your thought to be finished.
It's finished. And if it's not, I'll finish it later. See? Oh, you interrupted me because you said anyways and I had more to say.
Really
I can't read your mind. Anyways. Yes, we have an interruption jar. I feel like we should label it.
Interruption jar, right?
Yes,
yeah.
And I think we should put it in the middle.
It's $1.
For what? Oh, this.
Just $1 inside.
It was just a little one. Okay, so we have $1 yellow, $5 pink.
And the
20 is black, but what's that one orange one?
I don't know. She made one orange, so I guess this is like
$100 super bad. Okay.
If I use this, I'm mad at you.
No. I hope you never use it.
I don't think I will. I think I'd use it for memes. That'd be funny.
Anyways, I hope you guys are happy that there's an interruption jar now, and I hope that it helps me conversate more mindfully.
I switched from due dates to due dates, and it made me go from weeks behind to weeks ahead of my deadlines. You see, I used to just...
The way the clock just blooped.
Wait, can we talk about our shirts?
Our shirts?
No.
Actually, yes. Mine is over here, so it's still
I thought you were going to wear a shirt today, too.
What suggested we get shirts, but I didn't hear back, so I didn't know if we had shirts.
Oh.
Anyway, so I got really ready today.
Okay. She's wearing something so cute right now. She's wearing this lacy, like, white top. It's like a denim dress on top of it with like this nice matching necklace and her lace tights, very cute. Her hair's all wavy and stuff. Me, I rolled out of bed. My hair, actually, I did this like a day ago. I didn't even change it.
Your
I'm
hair
wearing
looks so cute.
Black shirt that says, "It's okay, I'm a feminist."
Ah, yeah.
And she was supposed to wear a shirt that says, "I love women."
It's right here, and I will be bringing it home with me.
It's really funny. And because, you want to segue into what we want to talk about today, or?
There's one thing I want to mention before we talk about the big topic of the episode, which is that one fun thing that happened this week is that one day I just had so much fire and passion in my heart that I messaged everybody on the podcast team and I said, "Are you free? I would like to come over and fix up the whole set to the point that we are all so happy and excited about it." Because as you guys have probably noticed, we've been tweaking with this set for many, 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 many weeks. And something we haven't spoken about so much is just, I don't know, sometimes the camera or the saturation or the lighting or whatever, sometimes we hate it. Sometimes we love it. Sometimes this is off. Sometimes that is off. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to come in one day, all of us get on the same page about it, and we never touch these dang cameras or these lights ever again. So that was a few days ago or a couple days ago. We hope you guys like how it is. Please give us any feedback if you have any, because if we make any changes, I want it to be now and never again. How do you feel about it? Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Do you feel good?
We moved the chairs back again. We put this in the back again. We looked at like episode 1 and we were like, oh, we kind of liked how we did this before. Why did we change it?
Yeah.
Move some things around, move some lights around, decorations.
We liked how it was a little like contrasty. Before it was a bit more like blue and red. I think now it's more so just like cool and warm, but still contrasty.
Are you a warm skin tone? Have you ever-
Kind of, yes. Like I think a light warm tone. What about you?
I
Are you
think they
cool
said I was
tone?
neutral.
Oh.
So all my life, I thought I was warm. So I've been buying warm makeup. I go to Korea and they do the skin color thing and they're like, nah, you're neutral. Throw that away. I'm like, what? And I switched all my makeup. And I'm like, oh, wait, that does make more sense. And yeah, that was...
Dude,
I learned.
color analysis I think is one of the best things anyone can ever do. Guy, girl, lampshade, whatever. No, legit, because even a lampshade could have the wrong color like top, you know?
No, I agree.
So I think it's one of the things that over time I've started recognizing, oh wait, these colors suit me more. And that is half the trouble when shopping for clothes. You can find something that fits great. If the color's off, every time you put it on, you're gonna look yourself in the mirror and be like, something ain't right. And you're gonna put it away.
What color do you think fits you the best when it comes to clothes? Like, what do you like wearing the most?
Light pink,
Oh,
off-white, light blue. You?
I could have figured the light pink and the off-white
Right?
especially.
And the blue.
Off-white.
I love denim too.
I don't know. I don't think it fits me the best, but I love wearing black.
It looks good on you.
Thank you.
It really does.
I do like pink too, though.
I
That's
feel like
What do you
yellow
think?
suits you.
Really? Yellow?
And okay, for starters, this isn't really a color per se, but like patchwork things. Multiple colors look really good on you. They don't look as good on me.
Interesting. Interesting. I do love patchwork.
Yep.
Wait, I want to ask the viewers, like, if you can comment what color you think would fit us. Just let us know. I just want to know what people
Guys,
think.
what do we look good in? Please tell us in the comments below.
Yeah. That's not how I said it, but,
But
sure,
you
that's
know.
the gist of it.
Today's topic, dun dun dun, pick me girls. Now, Lily Pichu, could you please define a pick me girl? for me?
Girls who want to be picked.
By whomist?
Oh,
Go on.
I didn't know that.
You explain it.
Actually, I think it's exactly that. I think it's women who tend to seek the validation of men, specifically in ways that often put down other women. I think that's kind of a key part of it.
A lot of internalized misogyny, I would say, is the
Mhm.
broader
Mhm.
spectrum of this.
But an important thing to note, is it crazy to say, I feel like we're almost all born with a little pick-me in us. I feel like everyone experiences some pick-me phases or moments or experiences, and then it's all about deconstructing that and recognizing where it comes from and then throwing it in the garbage. Thoughts?
Well said.
So, we're going to talk about some of our experiences, our thoughts on it, especially as girly pops in gaming, which
E-girl.
oh, that term.
E-girl.
You know, I'm so glad that term has kind of died down.
I know, okay. I have so many feelings about this term because I remember back then I spoke about it multiple times and people would always say you're overreacting. It's just a phrase, like you're like the definition of an e-girl. But in my heart, I know that you're using it to put down girls. Like you're not using it in a
Positive way.
manner. You're using
Mhm.
it in a condescending, in a patronizing manner. Oh,
Mhm.
they're just an e-girl. And if you speak out against it, it's like, oh, why are you like, it's just you're the definition of it. Like, well, of course, that's what you are. And I remember feeling very like invalidated. Like,
Mhm.
I'm trying to explain, you're using it to put someone down. That's what I have a problem with. Not necessarily like what the phrase is about, whatever, right? It's
Mhm.
just because you're using it in such a negative manner. Yeah, of course, I'm going to speak out against it.
So, how would you define, or how do you think other people define e-girl and how that relates to pick me?
Respond to the drowning.
How could this possibly be true?
Matthew, looking wonderful this evening.
Thank you very much.
He really touched people's lives. I don't think a lot of people realize.
I'm pretty sure e-girl was used to describe a lot of gamer girls, right? Oh, they're just playing games for attention or whatever, you know, like a kitty headset, or you know, you carried in like all these bad connotation, I guess,
Yeah.
with it. Yeah. What are your experiences? I mean, you you definitely have.
Playing games for attention is crazy, by the way, as if games aren't literally created to be fun and dopamine fueling, you know? Okay, for me, for starters, I hate the term e-girl because it was just used to group every single female gamer or streamer together, stereotype them, and then have a term to mock or ridicule or belittle them, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like you don't say, "Oh my god, she's an e-girl." I mean, maybe you do, but if you do say it like that, there's probably some kind of weird fetishizing going on. But in general, how it was commonly used towards us, our personal experiences, was it was used to belittle us or to
It's-
harass us.
Oh no, she's just an e-girl, like that kind of. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it sucks because also being in a male dominated industry, at least my personal experience looking back is that, I mean, it was my job to stream, right? It was my job to be in this male dominated industry. And when you're a content creator, you want to make other people happy. You want to please others. You want to make content that pleases others. You want to say things that please others. And over time, I think sometimes I didn't realize, oh, the way that I'm almost like programming myself is to appeal to an audience that is primarily male. And is that always bad? No, but you have to be very, very mindful of where that leads you. Because if you let that lead you without being considerate of the kind of person that you're becoming, you might become a pick-me. You might. And I've seen actually one of the funniest things that happens to me every single time that I get into some sort of controversy or quote unquote drama online, I will see other female streamers, no one like that I know personally or that's really popular or whatever, but just random female streamers that start promoting their streams by putting me down. Like, I will literally see tweets of people being like, come watch my stream. I'm nothing like that B-word Pokimane, blah, 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 blah. And I just look at that stuff like in shock, because on one hand, hey, maybe that gets you a few more viewers for the night. I don't know. But on the other hand, is that really the community that you want to build? Because if you as a woman are building a community of guys that hate me, likely for some misogynistic reasons, maybe for some others, chances are they will turn on you just as quickly. Like, that's not really who you want as a part of your fan base anyways. Personally, I might label that as a little bit pick-me behavior, but such is life.
That would be so sad to see,
I
like,
know.
another girl being like, hey, I'm nothing like that. Nothing like that bitch Pokemon, you know? If you want a real gamer girl or whatever, you should come to my stream, not theirs, or something like that. I don't know, just...
If you want a real gamer girl, it's crazy.
But in general, I don't believe in putting other people down to raise yourself up.
I agree.
I just do not like that at all. It's something that I think we all grow out of eventually, hopefully, right? Mature. And realize it's not worth it to put down other people.
And not just doing it ourselves, but I also noticed over the years that there might be some pick-me-esque behavior that I am maybe enabling or allowing, in the sense that, you know, sometimes people come in and they're like, oh, I love your stream. You're nothing like this person.
I hate that. Especially if it's your friend.
Yeah. Oh, luckily,
What?
people usually don't compare my friends. But over time, instead of just looking at those messages and like, I think when you're just starting off, you're like, oh, a new fan, thank you. But over time, I started speaking out against those kind of comments and being like, hey, if you like my content, thank you so much, but please don't compliment me in a way that puts someone else down. That doesn't make me feel great. If I was them and I might be watching, or I see that, I wouldn't feel great. I also don't think in your mind that's a healthy
This
perspective to be
podcast is so
coming from either.
relevant.
Yeah, I've had instances where they come in my chat and they're like, yeah, you're nothing like this, like a friend I have, right? I'm like, oh
Me.
my God, you're so much better. Sometimes you, yeah. And I just ban them. I'm like, what? Why is that okay? Like, of course I don't want that kind of behavior. Yeah. Speaking of e-girls and stuff, though, do you remember when back then, God, it was like this whole thing where girls could not queue with anyone.
Without being called boosted?
You cannot
Oh.
do it. It
Stop.
was so
Okay, let us explain. I mean, I'm sure everyone in the audience knows, but you know how in competitive games you have a rank? Like, oh, I'm gold rank, I'm plat, I'm diamond, I'm emerald, I'm whatever. Well, especially back in the day, if you would duo queue with anyone ever, immediately people would assume that you're only that rank because of whoever you're playing with. And I think one thing that people didn't talk about enough back then is also the fact that if you're streaming every single competitive game that you play, that puts you at a massive, massive disadvantage. Because one, you're constantly multitasking because you're looking at your chat, you're entertaining while you're playing. And two, you can get ghosted and stream sniped all the freaking time. So I just hated that kind of rhetoric because it was pain to deal with. And of course, guys can duo queue, guys can 5-stack, guys can do whatever, and no one assumes that.
This is what I said.
Actually, there's a female streamer that I really, 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 really looked up to when I was first growing. And one day, I even heard her on her stream say, to be honest, even me, or like she was speaking from her perspective, she was saying that even she assumes that if a girl is the same high rank as a guy, that the guy's better. And I said, huh? Wait, no.
I think
I
like
told you that's why I stopped duo
I don't know
queuing
about
with
you,
my
but when I was
iron
growing up, I'm
duo.
sure a lot of girls can relate, where we weren't encouraged to play games as much as guys. Like if my brother played games, that's fine. But if like I play games, it's a waste of time. Like why are you playing games? It was like actively discouraged. So I felt like I don't know how many of that cultural stigma or whatever exists where girls just grow up not being as encouraged, I guess. And I think it's changing now, of course. There's so many more girl gamers, like especially like Valorant and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, yes.
I love my valid
Mhm.
girlies.
And maybe that's why back then it was more of a, oh my gosh, she's a girl and she's gaming. Like that was more of a splash, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's true. Do you feel you've had or experienced any pick me moments or anyone being a pick me towards you even?
Most definitely. I have to think about this. Hold on.
I think I just won my taxes.
Oh yeah?
I just switched from TurboTax to H&R Block. It was so easy.
You mean I don't have to go back through all this to switch?
Nope.
It's easy to switch from TurboTax.
You definitely do, right? People who have been.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, you mentioned the.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think, no, I genuinely think if you're a girl, you've probably had an experience either where you realize in hindsight, oh my God, I was being a pick me, or an experience where you realize someone else is kind of putting you down for male validation. Actually, I've had that experience numerous times in romantic situations.
Oh, explain.
For example, if I reject a guy and then a friend of mine starts seeing him secretly, and then they both kind of use it against me in a way. Yeah. And I remember this happened in high school once where the guy was even like, I kind of felt bad for the girl, but also weird because she was really one of my close friends. And she started, again, seeing him behind my back. And she knew that maybe we'd seen each other for a bit and then I kind of rejected him. But he was using it against me in the sense of, oh, like, yeah, I'm hanging out with, can you pick a fake name for her?
But Bridget.
I'm hanging out with Bridget and she likes me and la 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 la. And I'd be like, I don't care. That's, I
Yeah.
rejected you. So no matter who you're with, I still don't care. But it hurt me because I'm like, Bridget, how could you let a man come between us? And then, I mean, the worst part is Bridget fully kept it from me. And then I had to confront her about it kind of and be like, hey, like, are you seeing this dude? Like, he's telling me about it. It's kind of weird, blah, 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 blah. And then she slowly stopped being my friend in order to be with him. Also, side note, but do you know what? Never mind.
Well, what?
Have you ever heard of the term D cheese?
Oh, wait.
Never even had like a proper conversation with me about it. And then months later, after they broke up, she joked about him having.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. Come on.
Between us. Like, for me, female friendship is the utmost thing in the world. Literally, I don't know if I would exist if it wasn't for female friendship. And so, to me, nothing should come between it except for maybe a nuclear bomb. A man? And I understand love, great, whatever. But at the very least, I feel like two people who are friends should be able to communicate through anything. Through anything. And I think just the thing that pains me the most is really when it comes between friendships. When any pick-me behavior comes between friendships.
Yeah.
And ruins friendships.
On a wider scale, I think it's just internalized misogyny. I think we all had that, and it's like trying to grow past that. And sometimes you don't even realize you have it, or you had it, or you did stuff.
Girl, you're making it sound like COVID or something.
It's kind of like.
I think sometimes it's tough to talk about because in 2025, like, you know, explaining, well, you know, we're all born in a patriarchy. Like, no one wants to even hear that word. Let's be so for real. I think it's just more so understanding historically we've grown up in a society that maybe historically put men a little bit more above women, and gender norms are changing and things are shifting in ways that I personally think are progressive and enjoy. But at the end of the day, we have to remember history. And remember the way that it might have influenced us or the way that we think. And it is so okay to recognize, oh, maybe I behaved this way and I shouldn't have. And maybe I did because of some preconceived notions and judgments that aren't really fair. And to dismantle that and move on, that's progress, baby. And that's why I don't think we should hold things against people too much as long as they show real change.
Hey, I'm with you. I think
Yeah,
people
girl.
can change and adapt and grow, take accountability. I think that's really like part of what's being human. If you
Mhm.
hold something against someone for the rest of their life and never allow them to change, never allow them to grow and adapt, like what does that say about you or our society in general? It's just not a progressive thing, in my opinion.
And so, actually, when I see those tweets of girls being like, come watch my stream, I'm nothing like Pokey. I've had so many instances where I
God.
want to reply and be like, can we be friends? Like, I'm like, I want to fix her because I know the place that you're speaking from, although it puts me down and is insulting towards me, you're coming from a place of hurt and seeking validation, like just really seeking validation from the wrong places. But I also know it's not my job to fix people who maybe hate me.
Yeah.
Did you think of any stories?
Oh shit.
Oh.
I was so engrossed in what you were saying. I wasn't really thinking. Oh god. I mean, like, there's typical stuff. Like, I've seen and heard girls talking about me in a way that's, like, not flattering. Like, oh, talking about me to maybe, like, other guys. Like, oh, she's not that. I don't know why she's popular. She's not that cute. She's not blah, blah, blah. Like, look at
She
this.
is
picture.
that cute.
Look at this
She's
picture.
so
blah, 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 blah.
cute.
Her voice is so annoying. Like, all this stuff. Like, I've seen all of that, right? But after a certain point, you start to kind of, it blends together,
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I think we should unblend and unpack, okay? For example, actually, that same girl, Bridget. No, I'm kidding. But I'm not.
Okay, no offense to any Bridgets. It's the first name I thought of.
Over 80% of women who tried Black Girl Vitamins said they saw positive health changes. Are you ready to feel better? Meet Black Girl Vitamins, the best vitamins and supplements created for.
Bridget did some other pick-me-ass behavior in high school, too. Like, one time, actually, maybe she was always an op. I don't know.
An op?
Yeah, okay, so I think because this guy came between us, she was just forever so weird towards me. And I remember her birthday was coming around, and I wanted to, extend like an olive branch and all this stuff. I was like, oh, like, are you gonna do anything for your birthday? Blah, 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 blah. She was like, no, I'm not gonna do anything. And then later on, I found out she did a little birthday party with all our friends and didn't invite me.
Oh, no.
And she was just like, yeah, she'll never find out. I found out.
Oh, wow. This is some juicy high school drama, I will say.
I have so many actually high school stories that I just forget.
Dude, I would love to talk about our high school days.
Do it.
Yay!
Especially the pick me moments for now, but in the future, just general stories. Actually, I recall a big pick me moment for me in hindsight. And you're a little bit involved.
What the fuck? Okay.
Do you remember years ago, we had some sort of conversation in an OTV video or podcast of some sort where we talked about quote unquote booby stream.
Oh my god, boogeyman.
How about Cassie?
Cassie.
Okay.
Okay. Guy name?
Mhm.
Garen.
Garen?
Okay, fine. Draven.
Draven. Well, it's funny because the guy is more so the snake than the girl, but okay. So, me and Draven were friends. Me and this guy were friends, close friends for a while, okay? And then one evening, he was talking poorly to me about Cassie. He was saying, oh, this girl is kind of,
Oh no, cats.
Hold on, guys. Don't worry, I got this. Whoa! Oh my god, my feet! No, it is 5 gifted subs. When we get up there, I will start rocking the. I will push Senna. Just kidding. Yeah, finish that sentence. Oh, for 1 gifted, actually. Okay, for 1 bit, I will throw Ray off of this for free. I'll do it right now, actually. Senna, win me a prize. I want a prize. Am I like your boyfriend or your sister? My escort. Emmy's here! Okay, act cool, act cool. Act cool!
What did I say? I told you as soon as Emmy gets here,
Act cool.
I told you she was gonna
Act cool.
sit right
Act
up.
cool, act cool.
Hi, Emmy. Good to
Sorry.
see you.
Wait, you can't have that bed. That's not good
No,
enough.
this is Emmy's bed.
That's not good enough.
Act cool. Act cool. Act cool. Hey, Emmy. What? Come on in.
Yo, what's up, Betty? Betty, please. Hi, Emmy.
Look at Cinna's, she's over there. Here you go. Cinna made your bed for you.
Oh, awesome.
Hello.
I wasn't sure if I was at the right house.
No, you may. Oh yeah, there's no
Throw me off,
service.
and I was like, yeah, there's no service. I was so scary. I was like, I'm just gonna knock, and then I heard screaming inside.
Yeah.
It's the right place. Hello. Emmy, you look so cute. How was your flight? It was good. Well, I was gonna fly in earlier today. I know you said like 6 p.m. originally. But I was like, I'll just fly in earlier, and then I woke up at 9, and I was like, no.
So you changed your flight?
Yeah, I changed it.
Oh, okay. Did you come here just for this?
Yeah.
I love her. I know. I thought you maybe had like other stuff planned or.
Well, I was maybe gonna do other stuff earlier, but then since I wanted to sleep, I was like, no.
Have you seen the clip of her throwing a chair
No,
at
I
me?
didn't. She keeps pretending to fight me.
chair at me across the room.
Okay,
No,
you have to be in the median. You have to stay between us because I'm about to kick your ass. I'm being so for real.
I want to finish that video, but it's so full. It's so good. The video, I mean.